Good evening, dear students. This is Mr. Abdurrahman Dawi with another video session. In this video, I'm gonna solve the last quiz that you had, which is considering the topic of sequences. And we're gonna start with the first problem immediately. In this question, it is asking you to write down the next two terms of the sequence. The trick to solve this question, all of you familiar with it, is to figure out the D. Okay, D representing the amount of jumps or steps to move from one term to another. So when you look at the 19 is going to become 15 after doing minus 4 steps. You check if that is the same for the next term, because if the next term is going to be the same thing, it means that we are talking about linear sequences, which is easy to figure out. So from 15 to 11 also is going to be minus 4, and we discovered that from 11 to 7 is going to be also minus 4. So it's going to be easy for you, because you know that this is 19, this is 15, this is 11, this is 7. So the next term is going to be minus 4, and the minus 4 from 7 is going to be 3, and after that the minus 4 from 3 is going to be minus 1. Okay, so that's how you do the solution for this question. Basically the next two terms is 3 and minus 1. The next question is asking you to find the value of n when the nth term is equal to minus 65. What is the meaning of that? This question is related to the previous question, because from the previous questions you know that D is equal to minus 4, and you know that the first term, you know that A referring to the first term in the sequence, which is equal to 19, as you can see. The idea to find out the n of the minus 65 is I'm gonna do it with the short way, because imagine that you're gonna start doing the sequence. You're gonna say 19, 15, and then you're gonna go 11. After that you're gonna say 7, and then 4, and then minus 1. He's asking you to continue until you find what the nth term, what is the n of the minus 65. What is the meaning of that? I know that n is equal to 1 for this term. For this one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He wants you to continue until you find the n that is equivalent to minus 65. So he wants to know what is the n of minus 65. The easy way to do it is to discover the nth term. You remember we said that the nth term equation, the nth term could be found out by doing D multiplied in n plus A minus D. That's the equation, okay? So when you try to do that, when you trying to apply it, you're gonna use everything that you have. So you're gonna replace the nth term, because the nth term you have it here, which is gonna be the minus 65. So minus 65 is gonna be equal to what? D multiplied by n. D is equal to minus 4, so it's gonna be minus 4n plus, and after that you're gonna have A minus D, and we have A as 19 and we have D as minus 4. So it's gonna be, instead of doing so, it's gonna be minus 4. Okay, so it's gonna be plus 4. Clear? After that you try to discover you try to discover what is the value of n, because this is what you need to do, if you remember. So now minus 65 is going to be equal to minus 4n plus what? Plus 23. Okay, and by the way, okay, we'll discuss it later about the nth term. So now it means that minus 4n is going to be equal to minus 65 minus 23. We're going to move the 23 to the other side, so we have n as a subject. Okay, so minus 4n is going to be equal to minus 60 and 20, 80. 80 with 8 is going to be 88. We're going to try to make some space here. I change the color. So minus 4n equal to 88 minus 88, remember. So you're gonna divide both sides by minus 1. Why we do that? To get rid of the negative sign. So 4n is gonna be equal to 88. It means that n is gonna be equal to 88 over 4, which means that n is gonna be equal to 22. So what is the meaning of that? It means that when you reach the 65, the n here is going to be equal to 22, and that's the solution for this problem. Okay, so n is going to be equal to 22. The next question is actually you did that part because he's asking you to find the nth term of the sequence. What is the meaning of the nth term? He wants you to find out the value, or to write down what this should be equal to, the dn plus a minus d. He wants the nth term. Okay, we call it the nth term. It's the equation that enables you to find any number or any value of the sequence. So d was discovered as minus 4n plus, we did that before but we're gonna repeat it. A is equal to 19 minus d, and the d is equal to minus 4. So minus 4n plus, and here is going to be 19 plus 4. 19 plus 4 is going to be 23. So this is going to be your nth term. The nth term is going to be minus 4n plus 23. Okay. The next question is requiring some kind of understanding of the Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence is the idea that every number in the sequence is going to be equal to the previous two terms. So what is the meaning of that? The 0 is a 0, okay. The next term, it's going to be 1. 1 is going to be the total of 0 and nothing, which is going to be 1, okay. And etc. So every number is going to be is equal to the previous two numbers. So this one here, I'm just going to do it. This is going to be the addition of these two. That's the idea. The same thing you're going to do with the next after 2. 2 is equal to 3. 3 is actually the addition of 2 with 1. This is how Fibonacci sequence is working. Now he's asking you to complete these three sequences using that concept. It requires a lot of trial and error so you can discover it. The first one is going to be easy because basically you have the first two values. So 4 and 2 is going to be 6. And after that, the next term is going to be the addition of these two, which is going to be 10. After that, you're going to add 6 plus 10, which is going to be 16. So the idea is that this is going to be equal to, so the next two terms is going to be equal to, I'm going to erase all of this. So it's going to be equal to 6, 10, 16. Now the next Fibonacci sequence is requesting that you are trying to find something next after the 1, and it's going to be before the 11. It requires a lot of thinking, and it requires some kind of brainstorming to think about it. So you will start by doing some kind of testing or something like that. You will try to do, for example, 4. You'll say that 4 and 1 is going to be equal to 5. 5 and 4 is going to be equal to 9. And 9 and 5 is going to be equal to 14. So it's not going to be accurate. So you need to try to minimize the number. You will say that let's try 3. So 3 and 1 is going to be equal to 4. 4 and 3 is going to be equal to 7. 7 and 4, they're going to be equal to 11, which is going to be accurate. So it's a little bit of trial and error until you find it out. The last one, it has some kind of, it has negative numbers besides some kind of, it has some kind of possibility of having decimals maybe. So you try to figure out this number. This is a 1, and the 1 is going to be a result of one of two things, either adding 0 to a 1 or adding 2 to minus 1. So we try to think about it like this. If this is 1 and this is 0, it means that this has to be plus 1. Okay, so plus 1, negative 1 is going to give you 0, minus 1 and 0 is gonna give you -1. It means that it's not gonna work here, so we're gonna try to do it this way. We think about something else. We'll say that if this is equal to 2, it means that this is gonna be equal to 1, and if this is equal to 1, the next is gonna be 0, and 1 and 0 is gonna be 1. So it seems to me that this is working, because 2 and -1 is gonna be 1, 1 and -1 is gonna be 0, and 0 and 1 is gonna be 1. So it seems that it's working. So this is the accurate Fibonacci sequence. As you can see, it requires some kind of thinking and looking at the direction of the sequence from different angle from the other side. So that's it for this question. The next question is asking also to deal with Fibonacci sequence, and he's giving you 6 of them. He wants to know the next term in the sequence. He wants to know the nth term. What does it mean, nth? He wants to know the term that n is equal to 9. So let's do it together. So we're gonna write these because they are given. We don't need them. We're gonna just repeat them. And remember, they are Fibonacci sequence. So the next term is gonna be 5 and 8, which is gonna be 13. 13 and 8 is gonna be equal to 21. And the next one is gonna be 34. So let's see the amount of n's here. We see if we reach it n. So this is n equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it means that the nth term, or the term where n equal 9, is going to be equal to 34. Okay. The next question, it's part of it theoretical, and you don't have real number here. You have a. It seems that you have a sequence where a is the first number, the second one is b. It means that the next one is going to be, of course, since it's Fibonacci sequence, is going to be a plus b. Now he wants to know the sixth term. He wants to know when n equal 6, what we're gonna get, okay? And he wants you to prove that it's equal to this. So let's see if it's real. So now we're gonna add the next two terms. So we're gonna add these two to create the next Fibonacci term. So it's gonna be equal a plus bb is gonna be a plus 2b. The next term, of course, is gonna be a combination of these two. So it's gonna be equal to 2a. I have 2 a's, and I have plus 3b. Okay, the next term is going to addition for these two. So it's gonna be a plus 2a is gonna be 3a, 2b plus 3b is gonna be plus 5b. So pay attention to this now. This is 3a plus 5b that is requested. If this is the sixth term, it means that we have proved that it's equal to 3a plus 5b for the sixth term. So this is the term where n is equal to 4, this is when equal to 5, and this is 6. So it's proved, and it's proved that the sixth term in this Fibonacci sequence is equal to 3a plus 5b. I hope that you find this video useful and you understand your mistakes about the quiz. And remember, math is about practicing and improving and developing. With better practice, inshallah, you will be better with time, and just give it time and have confidence in yourself, and use these videos in your aid to help you understand and improve your mathematical skills. Take care and see you in other videos very soon, inshallah. Take care, bye.